Tonight here in Durham, we are getting a sneak peek at some of the balloons we'll see this weekend, and it's no easy feat getting these up in the air. Here's an example of the kind of LED technology that will be used in the Super Bowl. The components are very tiny, but they're efficient and very powerful. And the Blue Monster has gotten a facelift. The new state-of-the-art board is 3 times bigger and made up of thousands of these little LED lights. Hey, good morning. Okay, some big changes on the way for the Miss America pageant. And it's not just what was dumped last night. Take a look at all the trash. There's trash all along this roadway.
Arielle, you got the best assignment, I think, this week. You actually got to play dress up.
Hey, listen, I couldn't help it. Okay, for some insight into what we might see the American princess-to-be wearing on her big day, we turn to the White Room Bridal Salon right here in Mountain Brook. They are the royal it dresses. Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Charlene of Monaco. The White Room co-owner Kathy Kelly invited us over to show what Meghan Markle might wear. You pulled this dress. Tell us a little bit about this one.
You have to worry about modesty.
Right.
So this is, she's modestly covered, but yet she has a little bit of modern up here. Most all the royal wedding dresses have had sleeves of some kind. Right. So we really feel like a cap sleeve may be the way Meghan Markle goes. I do expect for her dress to have quite a bit of embellishment.
Okay, so we want to look at another look, and this time I'm going to be the model.
Ooh. I love it. This is gorgeous on you. You wear this so well.
Like the first gown, this dress is modern, embellished, and mostly modest. Now, I have a little back out here. Would this be too much for her?
Too revealing for a royal wedding. No, we're not going to see that.
No matter what dress Meghan decides on, Kathy says it will have an impact worldwide.
Same thing happened when Kate Middleton got married. That look just came on like overnight. So yes, it'll impact the industry greatly.
Now, Kathy actually has a dress in stock that Meghan wore on the series Suits. It was the dress you saw on the mannequin there. She says while it's beautiful, it's definitely too revealing for a royal wedding. Plus, she says Meghan would never wear the same thing twice. Faux pas.
I don't know why, but I always wanted to grow a big pumpkin. I guess Charlie Brown got me started.
And you'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. Oh, great pumpkin, where are you?
Some things, like cartoons from our childhood, shape dreams we never can seem to shake, no matter how odd or silly they may seem. But it takes a lot to go from a childhood dream to this 885-pound pumpkin. Some told Trent Boyd it couldn't be done.
But I was always told that you couldn't grow a giant pumpkin in Alabama, so we had to try to prove them wrong.
And that he did, with the help of his wife and 6 kids. In mid-April, on their Coleman farm, the family started growing seeds from a mother pumpkin that weighed more than 700 pounds.
We got the good seeds, which that's what you need. And you need good soil. So we added hundreds of pounds, truckloads of manure.
It also took up to 150 gallons of water a day. And with that recipe, Boyd's pumpkin took off. After a few months, there was no doubt it was big. Boyd just wasn't sure how big.
We had a clue that it was over 800.
Big. August 11th, Boyd got confirmation at the Indiana State Fair. The 885-pound pumpkin came in 3rd place, shattering the Alabama state record by hundreds of pounds.
We were real happy that we got one that big. Real satisfying.
And Boyd's not stopping here.
We just want to grow the biggest pumpkin we can get.
A new dream of sorts. And this time he gets to share it with 6 kids who, like him, dream really big.
I don't see how a pumpkin patch could be more sincere than this one.
It's only been a few days since WREL started talking about this story, and already investigators have gotten tips from people with information about this case that has gone unsolved for decades. And that is exactly why they came to us for our help. What happened in this now tranquil Orange County forest 42 years ago was so horrific that those who lived in its shadows are still haunted.
I think about it all the time.
19-year-old Jesse McBain and 20-year-old Patricia Mann were young and in love when they were brutally killed. They spent their final terrifying moments in this forest just hours after attending a Valentine's dance at Watts Hospital, where man was a student. So what was the scene that they found, like what, 42 years ago? Orange County Sheriff's investigator Tim Horn contacted WRAL in hopes of shedding light on the case.
They were bound individually and then ultimately together around the tree.
Now, what is this?
This is the parts of the rope.
Investigator Dawn Hunter is working with Horn on the recently reopened case. She says before ending up in the forest, the couple had left the dance early and headed to this area off of Medford Road. At the time, it was undeveloped, secluded, a sort of lover's lane.
They were probably approached by someone who made them get out of the car.
Hunter believes that person forced the two into the trunk and down what was then a dark dirt road. Then, Horn says, the sadistic strangling started.
The rope was tightened and then they let it go, maybe let them regain their breath, regain consciousness possibly, and then they were strangled again. And
Basically torture.
They were tortured, in my opinion.
McBain and Mann were missing for nearly 2 weeks before a land surveyor found their bodies.
We've been led to believe it was just an insolvable case, that it couldn't be solved.
I sat down with the victims' family members, including Mann's cousin and best friend, Carolyn Spivey.
But all our lives, because it wasn't solved, it opened up to a lot of rumors.
And there is one rumor in particular that continues to resurface.
That it was a doctor that perhaps had killed them, a doctor that was associated with Watts Hospital.
We've looked into it.
And that's all you can say?
Yes, ma'am.
The Orange County Sheriff's Office does now have a person of interest in this case, but refuses to go into any further details.
And the detective at that time said the medical community could solve this if they would come forward. So that's always haunted me.
Investigators are also revealing for the first time a break in the case that came in 1995. Police say the killer called the victim's family.
They admitted to doing the crime.
The call was traced to what was known as Loman's Plaza, a strip mall on Hillendale Road. It's less than a mile away from where the couple was abducted. It was the first substantial lead in years, but without new technology, investigators could only get so far. Now, Horn and Hunter are using new advances to analyze the old evidence.
We have a lot of it right now that is being analyzed at the SBI lab.
For the first time?
Yes.
But investigators and the family are really hoping this new attention on the case will spark a memory, weigh on a conscience, lead someone who knows anything to come forward and end 42 years of questioning. Well, Watts Hospital, where the Valentine's dance was held, was in Durham. It closed in 1976. Over the years, several agencies, including Durham Police, Orange County Sheriff's Office, and the SBI, have investigated this case. Horn says in the past, those agencies were not eager to share information on leads and other evidence. He thinks if they had, this case could have been solved much sooner. Gerald?